What is going on, comic book fan? Welcome to the Legion of Comics. I am Mark, and I'm here today with a very exciting video. I just got back from going to the first ever Savannah River Brewing Con. SRB Con, that's how you say it. The SRB Con. It's the Savannah River Brewing Company convention that was held for the first time right here in Augusta, Georgia. It was a blast, and I picked up a massive comic book grail. Don't go anywhere. I can't wait to share all about this experience with you. But first, check this out. Shout out to Big Time Collectibles for sponsoring the channel and the monthly Legion Loot giveaway box. If you haven't watched the video from Monday, go check it out. This is a massive giveaway for the channel members this month. Definitely check that out and consider joining the Legion by hitting that channel membership button down below next to subscribe. It says join. And if you need anything clean or press, hit up Justin on Instagram. Use that promo code WeAreLegion and take advantage of the buy two get one free special offer. The link to all the sponsors are always in the description of all my videos to make it easy to find them. And definitely go watch that video from Monday. Huge channel member giveaway this month. Huge. Hey, Monkers. And so this past weekend, we had the 4th convention in Augusta, Georgia for the year. And so we went from having like no cons for a long time to having the Joe Fest, the Augusta Toy and Comic Show that's now in partner with the Soul City SuperCon, which is just huge. It's gotten bigger and bigger and better every year. And we had that. Then we had a new one pop up, the Augusta Con, which I posted a video on that just a couple of weeks ago. Wasn't great. And then this week it was a smaller one. It was at a local brewery called the Savannah River Brewing Company, and it was put on by the same guy who has the Soul City SuperCon, Mr. Jeremy. And it was actually a blast. From what I understand, the venue was offered free by the brewery. It was free for the people to come and set up. And it was really for the community. You can tell and feel it was for the community. And dude, it had all the right vibes and everything. And it was super cool. A little bit of everything there. I did film a walkthrough of the con. I wanted to be able to spend some time that day actually doing some stuff and being more present there. But events of the weekend really just didn't allow for that. With the family and the kids and the wife and everything. We had some other stuff going on. I just had a very short window to go check it out. But I got down there, showed some support. I picked up one item, and I did not plan on getting this. This book was definitely on my short list of books to go after, and I cannot tell you how excited I am about this. So I'm not going to waste any more time. I want to give you a little look at the walkthrough of the con, and then we'll get right back and talk about this video. Check this out. All right, just wrapped up walking through and doing the whole shopping thing. This brewery is awesome. I've never been into a brewery. And it came with, we got Finn, we got Pop here. You got a shush. Got Monkers. So I'm just gonna walk through and show you the setup, what it is one time real quick. Got Locals, Top Dog Comics, Smasher Comics, who you'll remember from Heroes. I scored some stuff. Like all the big brewery machines or whatever they're called up there. A lot of people doing the cosplay stuff. Man, great Armitage. Of course, Michael Rushton. And they're supposed to be having a few events here later on today. The LARPing thing, a cosplay thing. They're going to be doing a panel later on this evening. But the whole facility is awesome. The other side of the building, they have like a whole tap room, like looks like a restaurant setup and everything. But this is such a cool little venue to be doing it. There's Mr. Jeff right there. There's KJ, another Augusta local. So it's a nice little setup. It's good to see Augusta getting more and more of this stuff. Yeah, definitely a cool little thing. Of course, Mr. Jeremy. What's up? What's happening?
Legion.
So as you can see, it was a great setup. Dude, that was such a cool venue. I've never been in a brewery before. I don't drink, so I have no reason to be there, but I finally had a reason to go to a brewery. It was super awesome. And the owner of the brewery was actually at the Wakanda Red Carpet premiere event that I posted a video of this a couple weeks ago as well. There's been a lot of stuff going on in Augusta, and it's been phenomenal. So one of those first vendors that you saw when I went in there, Smashers Comics, I picked up stuff from them at Heroes. I've also met him for the first time here local in Augusta. He frequents some of the shops here. I've talked to him pretty extensively for someone who doesn't live here, and a great guy. It's a husband and wife that set up, and they travel. They're fantastic. He always has amazing merchandise, and he always treats me really well, and I really appreciate that. He feels like he appreciates the customers as much as we appreciate him setting up these things. So I was able to walk in, and the very first thing I see is a book that I absolutely have to have. And he had 2 copies of it. And I said, wow, I got to leave with one of those. He said, yeah, just let me know and I'll knock. And he said he knocked like an incredible amount of money off of it. So y'all know me, I haggle. Like I'm not afraid to haggle. It's kind of part of the fun. It's almost like a sport, but I didn't even have to. He just straight up right at the front just offered me just an amazing deal. And that I can't thank him enough. And I'm going to put Smashers Comics, his IG down in the description. Definitely, please go give him a follow. I can't say if he like does online purchases or stuff that he posts or what, but he's definitely worth following. He does a ton of shows. But the book that I got from him has got to be probably one of the biggest books of the Bronze Age, at least from DC Comics. And God, it's definitely one of the bigger books from the Bronze Age. So it's from 1971. You know, the Silver Age ended in 1970, and this is how they started the Bronze Age, is with one like this. And it's none other than an actual comic grail, and that is boom, House of Secrets number 92, the first appearance of Swamp Thing. And so this book is not a cheap book at all. So when, much like with my first Suicide Squad, I got lucky finding one finally in a low grade, because I'm not a grade snob. I just want it complete. And this book is complete. It's all there. And it came in at a 1.8. So it was a shoppable price, and it still wasn't cheap at a 1.8. And even with that great deal he gave me, it's still an expensive book. But it's the first appearance of Swamp Thing, gray tone cover. And then the credits on the book is Lynn Wine and Virgil North stories, Alan Weiss and Tony Zuniga art, and of course that Bernie Wrightson cover art. So this book, as you can tell, it presents way better than a 1.8, and it is off-white to white pages. So even the page quality is great. But what it is it's got a significant tear off the back cover right there. So what that actually is, and it's credited on here, it says coupon cut out of back cover. So the actual ad, like the not even comic book stuff, but the actual ads that were in the back of these, someone looks like ripped that small little coupon that was on the back off. It's not like a Marvel value stamp or anything like that. It's an actual ad that got ripped out of it. But I'm perfectly fine with that. The book and story is complete, 100% there. I can't tell you how excited I am about this. So that actually 100% completes the Swamp Thing collection. And Swamp Thing, if you follow the channel at all, you know that we talk Swamp Thing a lot on here. Ron V's been killing it. It's just one of those characters that never has lost sight of the general public. He's just been in the public eye for a long time. You know, Alan Moore really did some big stuff with him in the 80s, and he's had numerous movies, numerous television shows, cartoons, and it all kicked off in 1982. I got some photos here just so you can kind of see the evolution of him over the years. In 1982, we got our first theatrical Swamp Thing movie, and as you can see, it was like a rubber suit. It's clearly Swamp Thing, but does not necessarily look like how you would picture him. And then in the man, let me see if I can pull the other one over here. Boom, boom, doom, 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 doom. This one right here. And then this one I don't think hit theaters. I think this one might have gone direct to video, but this is actually my favorite suit that they did. And this is 1989. This is the Return of Swamp Thing. This one right here, I absolutely loved. I grew up watching this one like on a repeat. We had like an old VHS copy that actually had like property of something on the film itself. So when you watch the whole thing, and at the bottom of the screen it says property of, and I don't remember what it was the property of, but this suit right here is still my favorite suit. I love the bridge of the nose, the leaves hanging off of it and everything. But then he went from that second movie to his very own television show. And in the television show, it got a little weird. It was kind of too slow for me. It ran for like 3 seasons on the USA Network. He was a little chunky. He was on like that John Jones Oreo diet or something, and had like the wide breath on his head and everything. But it was still a cool show. And I just remember his voice in the opening scene of that show, like the swamp. It just rings. It's still there. But he got so popular that kicked off a whole kids cartoon form and everything. Ran for a while. Had VHSs of him growing up. And on top of that, a whole massive toy line and everything. But eventually, they got it completely right. And that's with the DC streaming service original TV show that came out in like 2019. That, if you haven't watched it, is just amazing. So he has constantly been in the public eye. He's just one of those people. It's one of those books that no matter what the highs and lows go, like it's not a book that kind of loses traction ever. He's got like a built-in audience that just doesn't go anywhere. But I am super crazy excited to have scored this. Like I said, 100% complete Swamp Thing run, and that was enough to pick up for that whole con. And it's getting toward the end of the year, so it was a great get for like to really kind of like wrap up the end of the year. And I'm sure there'll be more, but not on that caliber. But I do appreciate everyone watching. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this. What are some grails that you're after? I would definitely like to know. Sound off in the comment section to tell me what grail are you after to try to get before the year wraps up. And until next time, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.